Imagine a port in the heart of Europe, a port that employs the most modern of technologies and the most reliable of workers, a veritable symphony of opportunity. This port exists, the Port of Antwerp, a port that sets the tone. The most modern handling techniques, efficient work organization, highly trained workers. These are the strong points that make Antwerp one of the most productive ports in the world. But Antwerp has even more to offer. A petrochemical center of world renown, a bustling industrial center in the heart of Europe, enormous warehousing capacity dedicated to every conceivable type of goods traffic. Antwerp sets the pace of economic activity for miles around. Loading and unloading, and warehousing and handling. The Port of Antwerp is a versatile port which generates added value for its customers and the environment. The expansive hinterland is easily accessible. Pipelines, short sea shipping, by barge, by road or by rail. Antwerp has a full range of transport options and offers very extensive logistic services. Antwerp, the cargo companion. The Port of Antwerp is the gateway to Europe. Antwerp is a world port and Europe's second largest port for international maritime traffic. Its central location in northwest Europe has a lot to do with this. 60% of the purchasing power of the European Union lies within a 500-kilometer radius of Antwerp. The sound logistics organization and enormous warehousing capacity are added strengths. This port's inland location makes it the most obvious choice from an economic and ecological point of view. Antwerp is also an indispensable link in world trade. The future lies in a box. A box 20 or 40 feet in length, known as a container. 3/4 of all conventional packaged goods are transported in containers. And in the years to come, this cheap and easy form of transport will only grow in importance. The Port of Antwerp plays the lead when it comes to container cargo. It is a world container port right in the heart of Europe. Antwerp has plenty of advantages as a container port. One of its main strengths is its many specialist container terminals. These are found along the river Scheldt and in the dock complex. The fast and efficient handling they guarantee is like music to the customer's ears. Antwerp is without doubt the fastest container port in Europe. Highly trained workers use modern equipment to handle the containers with impeccable care. The legendary productivity of the Port of Antwerp also applies to containers. Not only that, but this port is located inland, another huge advantage for customers. This is because it enables them to manage the costs of further transport and to service their sales markets quickly and efficiently. Nowhere is that advantage more obvious than in the area of container cargo. The central location of Antwerp makes this port both a gateway to the world and the door to the European market. The growth figures for container traffic have been spectacular, and the end of this success story is still a long way off. The future of container traffic in Antwerp is assured, thanks to the Doorgang dock. This tidal dock allows the port to double its container transshipment capacity. Positioned along more than 5 kilometers of brand new quays, the state-of-the-art terminals will be capable of handling more than 6 million TEU. This is no dream of the future, but an economic reality. The Doorgang dock is a new milestone in the Port of Antwerp's dedication to its customers and to the future of container traffic. Antwerp's central location in Europe can be capitalized on thanks to an extensive and varied transport network. Every day, about 250 freight trains are loaded and unloaded. These trains serve the whole of Europe quickly. Inland shipping counts for about 1/3 of all freight transport, an environment and budget-friendly solution for lots of customers. A network of pipelines crisscrosses the port, and this is no excessive luxury, for Antwerp is the largest petrochemical complex in Europe. The thousands of lorries coming and going every day bring Europe within striking distance of our customers. This multimodal transport network assures Antwerp of its leading position in Europe. The Port of Antwerp has more strings to its bow than just containers. On the docks, packaged and bulk goods also play an important role. Take coffee, for example. Raw beans come to Antwerp from all over the world. When it comes to coffee, Antwerp sets the rhythm. These transport flows are a great example of the diversity of the Port of Antwerp. Tons of coffee, cacao and herbs from every continent of the world are kept in special warehouses under ideal conditions. Antwerp also has an excellent reputation when it comes to timber products. Timber arrives on the Antwerp quays in every conceivable form, from South American sawn hardwood to plywood and hardboard. From cellulose to cardboard, from meter-high rolls to individual boxes of copy paper, the paper manufacturers have also found the Port of Antwerp. They swear by the specialist warehousing and take advantage of the broad range of line services for further export. Every year, almost 30 million tons of dry bulk goods and 40 million tons of liquid bulk are transshipped. Efficiently designed bulk terminals, a high-performance infrastructure, excellent connections with the hinterland, each a strong point that makes Antwerp a major player in the bulk transport market. Coal, for example. This black gold reaches its final destination in the energy and steel industries via the port. And there are mountains of ores, cement and fertilizers in Antwerp. Finally, Antwerp is one of the main crossroads for reefer goods. From frozen fruit juice to cooled vegetables and every conceivable type of fruit, a steady rhythm that continues all day and night. Aside from the specialist transport, this makes for lots of added value. From quality assurance to final packaging, Antwerp is the world's leading port for unloading fruit. The Port of Antwerp loves work, heavy work. Antwerp is a strategic and reliable partner for industry and offers transport solutions for all possible types of cargo, from the large to the largest. Road transport and inland shipping, trains and short sea shipping. All these transport methods are available to customers who use project cargo and heavy lifts. The port's inland location is an extra advantage for this type of exceptional transport. Antwerp has everything needed to make it an essential link in the logistic chain. Both technology and know-how are available here, and customers can count on the famed reliability of Antwerp, even when it comes to project cargo. The Port of Antwerp is more than just docks and quays. Among its strengths, this modern port can count well-equipped workplaces and spacious specialized storage areas. Warehousing, distribution, logistics services and semi-industrial activities provide huge added value. But the best card Antwerp has to play is its people. The people of Flanders are known around the world as a flexible and versatile workforce. Their application, combined with the latest, most modern handling techniques, ensures the highest possible productivity in every sector. It's no wonder that many European enterprises choose Antwerp as their base of operations. On top of this, Antwerp can boast literally millions of square meters of warehousing space. This is more than the rest of the Northwest European ports put together. There are custom-made warehouses for every type of traffic, from cold stores to silo farms. Modern and highly specialist technology, enormous warehousing capacity, an efficient work organization and highly trained workers. These are the ingredients that make the Port of Antwerp a success story for anyone in search of added value. The Port of Antwerp runs at full speed, day and night. And nowhere is this more so than in the chemicals industry. Antwerp has a reputation to keep up. It has been a center for the chemical industry since the 18th century. The whole of Europe follows the rhythm of Antwerp. Its central location makes Antwerp the most important hub in the West European pipeline network. No wonder then that a good 10 of the top 20 chemicals manufacturers, such as Total, Exxon, BASF and Ineos, have chosen Antwerp as one of their operating bases. This concentration of companies offers plenty of advantages of scale. Antwerp's main strengths are its existing industrial infrastructure and extensive logistics services. There are hyper-modern installations, including 5 refineries and 4 ethylene crackers. The central location of Antwerp is maximized thanks to a well-developed transport network. More than 1,000 kilometers of train tracks give access to all sites in the port. On top of this, Antwerp lies on a crossroads of the European road network. Within the port area, there are massive opportunities for cooperation between companies. And here, more than 300 chemicals are produced. The quality and diversity of the tank storage on offer at Antwerp is unrivaled. Alongside its central location and its easy access, logistic know-how and the existing infrastructure help make Antwerp a chemicals cluster at the world level. The Port of Antwerp is a symphony played by a huge orchestra. And of course, this calls for a conductor, the Antwerp Port Authority. This autonomous port authority can be seen as the administrator for the whole of the port area. A strong, future-oriented team keeps the port's day-to-day operations under control. The Port Authority mans the bridges and locks. It's also responsible for ensuring safe and efficient shipping traffic within the dock complex, and it's concerned with maintaining, modernizing and developing the harbor infrastructure. . 」 « « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « 」 « The organization is made up of about 1,600 well-trained people who serve the port's customers. These services include towing sea vessels in the dock complex and dredging the docks. The Port Authority also provides floating or quayside cranes for port users. The Antwerp Port Authority's main concern is to retain the port's leading position. To do this, it plays a pioneering role in the further development of the port, and does so with a view to people and economy, work and ecology, and, most of all, Flanders. The Port of Antwerp excels not only in containers, but in packaged goods too. The port has a cast-iron reputation when it comes to cars, steel and iron. Furthermore, Antwerp is by far and away the leading steel harbour in the world. More than 10 million tons of steel and non-ferrous metals are transshipped here every year. Aluminium producers also choose Antwerp as their transit port. Transshipment and distribution, these are the core activities of every well-run port. But Antwerp also attracts a lot of industrial companies. For example, Opel has built one of its largest assembly lines in Antwerp. This concentration of industrial activity offers Antwerp an extra strength. Customers of the Port of Antwerp can take advantage of all kinds of cluster effects, synergies and cooperative links between the industrial companies present here. In the Port of Antwerp, ro-ro transport runs on wheels too. Lots of wheels, because every year more than 1 million cars and lorries are shipped. These vehicles head for destinations all around the world and destinations in Europe via short sea shipping. More than 6 million tons of ro-ro goods are shipped per year, spread equally over imports and exports. Efficient and seamless transport from Antwerp gives the port's customers that all-important competitive edge. In modern society, safety is an everyday concern. The Port of Antwerp is also concerned with developments in this area. All terminals in the Port of Antwerp are ISPS conformant. There are also 2 permanent scanning installations in which lorries and containers are checked. Following a detailed risk analysis, consignments are selected and subjected to inspection. These inspections are fast and efficient. This is because the Port of Antwerp always guarantees efficient handling of goods. In Antwerp, safety is also a commercial strong point. Customs and Excise also have a mobile scanner, which they use for inspections at the terminals. There are to be detection gates at all container terminals, which are used to check consignments for radioactivity and other security risks. This system brings Antwerp into the worldwide megaports network. Access control using iris scans. Does that sound like something from the future? Not in the Port of Antwerp. Anyone who visits a terminal regularly can validate himself with an Alpha Pass. But in addition to this, lots of companies have their own safety measures in place. This driver will only be given access after an iris scan. Every lock complex is strictly secured by mechanical and electronic means. The Antwerp Port Authority keeps a close eye on this. Only authorized personnel have access to the lock side, and these measures do not hinder shipping in any way. The old dichotomy between industry and ecology is now outdated. The port and the living environment coexist in natural harmony. The Port of Antwerp is also conscious of the environment. Consider, for example, the compensatory measures taken when the Deurgang dock was built. For every new infrastructural element built, a natural element was also created. These are safe havens for fauna and flora, where valuable plants and rare birds can happily establish themselves. At the European level, the port aims to collaborate with 10 or so other partners to ensure that port development runs hand in hand with the preservation of nature. These Verrebroekse ponds, the Groot Rietveld, the Paardenschoor, are just a few of the many zones in the port area where nature can take hold and ecological added value can be created. And this is all done without hindering economic development. With its wind farm, the port aims to help promote renewable energy sources. The first sails are already turning, and dozens more wind turbines are in the pipeline. But it doesn't stop there. There are lots of other plans afoot to bring the port in harmony with the surrounding nature. A strategic plan will be drawn up to demarcate the port area and establish plans for the future. Waste policy will be given priority, and the judicious use of space will provide plenty of breathing space for man and the natural environment. Ecology and economy are not opposing values in the port of Antwerp, but go hand in hand. Antwerp has been a maritime and commercial center for centuries. It is a city rich in tradition, but it is also a metropolis with both feet firmly in the present and its gaze focused on the future. Above all, Antwerp is a city that lives with, and thanks to, water. The River Scheldt brings many cruising ships to the old city centre each year, where they receive a hearty welcome. And tall ships are frequent and welcome guests in the city of Antwerp too. The city and port of Antwerp are therefore inextricably bound in the hearts of the city residents and in their everyday work and lives. Antwerp looks to the future. At many places in the port area there are projects pending to develop the port's leading position even further. To guarantee the navigability of the Scheldt, the waterway will be deepened. This will make the port accessible to the latest generation of container ships. The port is also working to improve the rail infrastructure. A second railway tunnel will link both banks of the Scheldt, thereby allowing the railway to carry a greater share of the goods traffic. And the Iron Rhine will be opened again. This railway connection brings the German Ruhr area and Eastern Europe within even closer reach. The ring road around Antwerp will be fully completed, thanks to the Oosterweel connection, in order to improve the flow of road traffic around the city. A second lock on the left bank will make the port area more accessible from there and offer greater operational safety. The Royers and Van Kouwelaert locks will be renovated, and the Albert Canal will be modernized for the purposes of inland shipping. All of the bottlenecks will be removed to allow high and wide barges to travel as far as Liège. This is the Port of Antwerp. A reliable partner with knowledge of the business. A forward-looking player in the world arena. A strategic base in the heart of Europe. An excellent choice for container transport, for packaged and bulk goods. A petrochemical and industrial cluster located on a crossroads of the road network. This is a port with rhythm and cadence. A port with potential. This is the Port of Antwerp, your cargo companion.